Hey there friends, how is it going? As promised in my last video, today I have a more in-depth guide on how you can use Wondermail and Explorers of Sky to completely break the game, do some busted things. Two important things we're going to talk about today is inserting floors into dungeons, how you can figure out which floors you want to insert, and the second thing is kind of an expansion on what we did with Primal Dialga, how to essentially recruit any of these legendary Pokemon, duplicates of them even, using this exploit where you can insert rooms into the dungeon with Wondermail. A couple of things you will need for this. The first thing, and most importantly, is the Wondermail S Generator. Here, I will link this one here in the description. This one's hosted by Cyphus. The original one, unfortunately, went down a little bit ago. I don't know when that happened, but there's plenty of copies of it around on the internet. You're going to want to make sure it has this advanced tag at the end, because what that'll let you do is it'll give you access to this area right here, special floor, which is how we insert floors into these dungeons. The second program that I find really helpful for this, because it kind of lets you explore all these different floor layouts in the game, is Sky Temple. Sky Temple, as you may know already, is a program people use for ROM hacking, but it also is a great tool to view the data of the game. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to teach you guys to do is how to insert floors into dungeons for the purpose of farming items. So like we did in that last video, just except I want you to know how to do it with anything you want, with any of these floor layouts in Sky Temple. So first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to go to your Wondermail S Generator here, and you're going to go change this mission type. You're going to change it to a treasure hunt. The dungeon does not matter. It's whatever dungeon you would like, and you're going to set the floor right here. So like we did for the last Wondermail video, we're going to set this to floor 1 of Beach Cave. Just super easy to get to, nothing crazy. Now this text box right here for special floor, that is where we insert the floor we would like to happen on the floor we specified. So floor 1, whatever floor 1 is going to be depends on what we put in this box. Now, let's figure out what we want to put in this box. And to do that, we're going to open up a ROM in Sky Temple. Open that on up here. May take a couple seconds. And here you're going to find a list of like all the assets in the game. This is such an incredible program. But what we want for the purposes of this video is this tab right here that says Fixed Rooms. Now you'll notice a number here, fixed room 0, 1, 2, 3. Those numbers are what you're going to be putting in to this text box right here for special floors. And you'll notice there are 255 of them. That's mostly just, I think some of these are just filling up empty space. Not all of them have certain floors associated with them. So let's like pick a random one here, like 180. Some of them are like these locked items right here that you can just get to spawn somewhere else. Others are just like testing floors, and others are blank. Now, a majority of the ones that have stuff in them are going to be these like 1 through 100 ones. So if we go to floor 12 here, we'll see the fight with Frostlass. 14. That's Regice. Now, to get to items, we'll look at those guys later. You're going to want to go up to these ones right here, like around 80. So then we did from last video, 0 Isle North, that's fixed room 81. So if I wanted to do that again, I would put that number 81 into the text box right here, and that would give us this room right here for Beach Cave, floor 1. But we're going to do something different today, so I'm going to go on up to floor 91. So you'll see right here, this is the end of the dungeon where you get the Manaphy egg. So let's just have a little bit of fun. We're going to use fixed room 91 today. It gets us 3 chests, and it gets us that Manaphy egg. So I'm going to put number 91 right there. And then I'm going to click Generate. That's all you need to do. So now we have on Beach Cave floor 1, special floor 91, and that will insert this room right here into Beach Cave. I'm going to take a second here to generate this code. I generated it already. I'm going to put it into the game, and then we'll check it out and see what happens. So give me a couple seconds here. I'm going to speed on through this so you don't need to watch. Here we go. All right, so we have our code inputted into the game. Let's go ahead and see what it does for us. Ideally, if it works, which I'm imagining it will, it's going to plop us into that fixed room 91. So let's see right here. We're going to go into Beach Cave. Oh, we need to take the mission first. For these, it won't give you an icon next to the dungeon you're going to. So make sure you know where you're going. So Beach Cave. Let's see what happens. And there we go. It keeps the tile generation from the dungeon you go to, but it keeps the room itself the same. Now, since we already have the Manaphy egg, it doesn't seem like this is spawning, but that's something I just learned right out here on the spot. You can do some really cool things with this. So there, that is that floor we just inserted into the dungeon. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to go ahead and pause. And since we didn't do anything else with the rest of the dungeon, it remained the same. So let me go back up here to my Wondermail restore point. Now, a misconception I didn't mean to start in my last video is you don't only need to do this with one dungeon at a time, or one floor at a time, rather. If you wanted, you could set a specific floor. You could set the same one, in fact, for all 4 floors of Beach Cave. And all you would do to do that is after you put in the first floor, you just go up here and change it to floor 2. You type that one in, floor 3, floor 4, and that's the last one you can generate a mission on for Beach Cave. But if you wanted, you could go to, say, let's say, Northern Desert. You could go one for 5, 6, 7, and 8, and so on, as many Wondermail missions as you can hold in your job list. And each and every time, it'll give you that same generated floor, which is a crazy fast way to farm items or whatever you want from the given room that you're looking at. All right, and again, it does not need to be any of these rooms I'm showing you. It would take too long to go through each and every one of these rooms. I encourage you to explore, try them out, see what they give you. It's a really, it's been an enjoyable time for me looking through these game files and just experimenting around with that. Okay, so that's inserting floors into dungeons, specific floors, so you can get items. Now, the second thing I want to teach you guys is kind of an extension of the Primal Dialga recruiting video, is how to use the egg hatching exploits to hatch any legendary Pokemon that you can have, that you get through a boss fight. So that's stuff like, let's say, what do we got here? Registeel. Now, this I believe, would let you get multiple Registeels. So say, let's just stick with Registeel. He doesn't get enough love. We're going to do the egg glitch on Registeel, and this works with anything, any fixed room boss encounter that you want to put into the game. You can insert that into an egg. Now, just a disclaimer, remember this method takes multiple tries. Sometimes you are not going to get the egg you want right off the bat. And let me explain a little bit how that works. So whenever you are trying to use the egg exploits, you need to generate 2 missions. The first mission has to be the reward mission, where it gives you the egg. So we're going to go ahead and find target item, okay? Now, what Shady and Reserve did when they were first messing around with this and when they discovered the Primal Dialga thing is they use a Oranberry for this, but you could use any item you want. So there we go. We set it to Oranberry. And then for reward type, we're going to set it to an egg. Now remember, make sure you don't have any special floors on this because you actually need to complete this mission at some point. Though remember, do not complete this on floor 1, just like I said before. So you can't bring the mission you set here as the item you set as the target because you need to actually complete this mission later on in the dungeon. So floor 2 would be perfectly fine to get an Oranberry, but not on floor 1. Because what will happen is if you get an Oranberry, the target item on floor 1, it's going to set a check mark. It's going to set a flag for the game to read that'll say, hey, you completed this mission. And what that does to the egg you get is the egg will look at that floor and that floor only for the Pokemon it gives you, because eggs, believe it or not, will give you a Pokemon from the dungeon you get them from for that mission. So we don't want that. So we're going to make sure that after we generate this item, we're going to pick an Oranberry up on floor 2 of Beach Cave and not on floor 1. So I'm going to generate this mission here real quick. And I'm going to put that into the game, and then we'll get to generating the next mission. So that'll get us our Registeel friend right here, hopefully, our encounter with him. So I'm going to generate that. I will be right back with you, friends. All right, so we have generated our Oranberry mission. So that's the first step. We'll have that when we go back in game, but we also need to generate now our encounter with Registeel. So we're going to, same thing as before, we're going to set that to a treasure hunt. We're going to do the same dungeon that we set the egg mission for. So our egg mission is now for floor 1. Let's set this encounter for floor 4. You could do it on floor 3, I think, technically. But I think floor 4 is best, just so you have more time to get an Oranberry and complete the mission. But it's whatever one you want to do. And you can do this in other dungeons aside from Beach Cave. It's just that Beach Cave is the easiest. So we have Beach Cave. Floor 4 is where we want our fight. Now we just need to set the fixed room. And that's going to be fixed room 16. So we're going to generate that. And now I'm going to type this code in. And then I'll get back to it. Now, just to remember a disclaimer, just like in the Primal Dialga video, this exploit does not work every single time on the first try. You might need to take multiple attempts at these, so I would just set a save point in your game. And if you don't hatch Registeel from the egg, you just reset and you do the mission again, which is thankfully not terribly difficult. Okay? So let's get that code entered, and I'll be right back with you. All right, and now we have that Registeel mission generated. So I'm going to go through this first time here. And if I don't get it on the first try from the egg, I will go through the motions. The same idea applies with the Primal Dialga video, right? So we have those 2 missions. We need to complete the Oranberry mission again on floor 2. We don't want to complete that on floor 1, so to make sure I don't have any items, we're good to go. I'm not going to complete it on floor 1 because I'm not bringing an Oranberry in. So let's see. And again, apologies, I don't have game audio. I'm just going to have music playing in the background. So don't... apologies if it sounds a little weird not hearing what's going on in game. So we're not going to pick that Oranberry up. Again, we do not want to complete this mission on floor 1. We need to avoid that. Floor 2, though, we're good to go. And I'm just going to kind of speed her up here a little bit so we can just get through this. Yeah, use Aura Sphere. That poor Kabuto didn't even see it coming. All right, now on this floor, we can pick up an Oranberry and we're good to go. Again, that's just to make sure that when the egg mission generates its pool of Pokemon that can hatch from it, it includes Registeel, because Registeel is on floor 4, not on floor 1. So that takes it from just floor 1 to the entire dungeon, essentially. So now we have our Oranberry. We're going to keep on going. Beach Cave floor 3, and on floor 4 is where we're going to find Registeel. So let's get there. Okay. So there we have our encounter with Registeel. I think we can probably just kill it pretty quick. It might explode on us, but I'm not too worried. Aura Sphere, yeah, this should do it. There we go. All right, so now we're on the Beach Cave pit, and we are out of the dungeon. So we're going to get an egg reward after this from the client of our mission. So there we go. We got our egg. It'll be cared for at the Chansey Daycare. Speed through this. Now, also, just like in the Primal Dialga video, you need to go to the dojo, and you're going to keep failing on purpose until the egg is ready to hatch. So I'm going to do that real quick, and I'll be right back with you when our egg is ready to go. And we'll see whether or not we get it on the first try. That'd be pretty lucky if we do. So I'll be right back. All right, so I have given up now like 10 times, so hopefully that's enough. If not, I'll go back in. Nope, not quite yet. So it's been like 10 times, and that's kind of encouraging because I think everything in Beach Cave hatches a lot faster than that. So I'm going to keep on going a couple more times, and hopefully when I'm back with you, we'll have a Registeel. All right, so the moment of truth. Let's see. It hatched. A healthy Corsola. So this means we need to do it again. I will be right back with you, friends, when we get our Registeel from this. Again, it takes multiple tries, so don't get discouraged if it doesn't work the first time. It might take a while, especially if you want to get like a squad of like 4 of these things. So I'll be right back with you when we are about to get a Registeel. Okay, moving into attempt number 8. Give me the Registeel, Chansey. Please, I am begging you. Yes, we got it! A healthy Registeel. So that took me 8 tries, so that just goes to show how long this can take you if you do not have good luck. But if you keep on going, you can go ahead and get the Pokemon that you get from the fixed room. So it'll join our team. I'm not going to give it a nickname. But we're going to look real quick, and you're going to see. I also apologize for all the awful names this save file has. This is not my save file. That we will have now 2 Registeels, which shows you can get like 4 you can get as many as you want, but bring like 4 Registeel into a dungeon or something like that. Let's see if I can remember how to sort in this by number. And then we're looking for like something in like the 300s-ish. Yeah, these names are something to behold. So there's, so we have 2 Registeels right there, which should not normally be possible. So yeah, you can do that with nearly anything you can find here. I will post a list of like key things in the description of like fixed rooms with different encounters, but you can find stuff like, let's see, number 4, that's not really much. So there's Mesperit. Fixed room 10 is what we use for Primal Dialga. I think if you go to 11, you'll find the Wigglytuff fight. Let's see, 13. Gyarados. Palkia should be here somewhere. Maybe Palkia is like 12. I don't know. But anyways, I would download Sky Temple and I would look around a little bit and see what you can find on your own. Because I'm not going to go through all of these because that would be absolutely crazy. So that's the setup. That's how you can set these up and get any Pokemon from these fixed rooms to join your team. Get multiple copies of these boss legendaries. My personal favorites for these are the 7 treasures legendaries. So you can get stuff like Mew. One you could try and do, one that is incredibly hard to get. This would be my challenge to you if I can find the room for it, is Darkrai. Because there's so many other Pokemon that spawn in the room with Darkrai, it is incredibly difficult to actually get a Darkrai egg to go through. I can't even find it right now. These are the special episode rooms. So there's Mew. Maybe 26. That's Rayquaza. At any rate, there's a Darkrai room in there. You all know the Darkrai fight. There's lots of Pokemon, so it's super hard to get Darkrai from an egg. But yeah, friends, that is all I have for you. If you have any questions on how to do any of these tricks, by all means, ask in the comments. I'm expecting all of you know by now you can do stuff like getting a recruit as a reward for these missions, all like the basic Wondermail things you can do, Wondermailing and items. This is just kind of some next level tactics you can use for your playthroughs if you want to have a little bit of extra fun. But yeah, friends, I hope you learned something. I hope this was helpful. I would encourage all of you to join the community Discord server and follow me on Twitch, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. All right, friends, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.